Hai, selamat kembali ke satu lagi episod Notapis. Saya Natasha Mustafa dan hari ini saya ingin kongsi tentang dua orang individu yang saya rasa sangat hebat. Memang kita tahu at the get-go ni tanggungjawab sebagai seorang ibu memang berat. Apalagi ibu-ibu yang dikurniakan anak berkeperluan khas yang lebih istimewa. Tamu kita walaupun mereka berhadapan dengan tanggungjawab yang lebih berat ini, mereka tetap berfikir tentang ibu-ibu lain yang turut mengalami ujian ini dan berusaha untuk membantu mereka. Daripada reaksi awal mereka kepada diagnosis anak mereka, kepada kerja sukarelawan transformatif mereka, tetamu yang kita jemput hari ini memang memaparkan daya tahan dan juga semangat yang cukup tinggi. Sebelum saya perkenalkan tamu kita hari ini, saya ingin perkenalkan co-host saya, koresponden BH Duha Yusof, dan saya rasa co-host saya ni sesuai untuk topik ini kerana beliau juga merupakan Ketua Kolom DNA di BH. Apa khabar, Duha?
Khabar baik, Natasha. Terima kasih kerana menjemput saya menjadi co-host anda hari ini.
Of course.
Okey, jadi dalam BH ni kami akan ada ruangan baru. Ia bernama DNA, dan dalam ruangan ini kami akan utarakan laporan tentang keluarga, khususnya keluarga muda dengan anak kecil. Kami ingin kupas keseronokan, cabaran dilalui, dan juga hubungan antara suami isteri dan anak, atuk nenek dengan cucunya. Begitulah.
Wow, banyak dalam kolom baru ni. Jadi kita mulakan podcast ini.
Boleh.
Okey, jadi bersama kami di studio hari ini adalah Cik Julia Kasiman, seorang individu yang telah memulakan inisiatif dia sendiri dan juga terlibat dalam beberapa inisiatif untuk membantu ibu-ibu lain. Selamat datang Cik Julia.
Terima kasih.
Okey, dan selain itu kita juga ada Cik Haznita Abdul Karim, seorang sukarelawan di Rare Disorder Society Singapore, RDSS. Selamat datang. Okey, terima kasih kerana sudi datang kepada studio kami. Jadi mungkin sebelum kita mulakan perkongsian tentang usaha anda sebagai sukarelawan ni, anda berdua ni boleh kongsi sedikit tak tentang latar belakang dan juga anak-anak anda. Kita mula dengan Cik Julia dulu. Anda ni merupakan ibu kepada 3 orang anak kan? Mungkin boleh kongsi sikit lebih.
So saya ada 3 anak lelaki. Ya, yang 2, yang the first is nama dia Muhammad Isa. Ya, nombor 2 Izian Hilmi, dan nombor 3 ialah Izzat Akil. So yang 3 ni yang anak sulung tu Muhammad Isa, dia anak yang special. Ya, tapi I mean dengan kurnia Tuhan lah, alhamdulillah he actually he passed on. So he would have been, tahun ni would be 15 if he was around lah.
Untuk Cik Haznita pula?
Saya ada satu anak, Daniel Haris. So Daniel Haris tahun ni 22 tahun. Dia punya diagnosis is Ascot syndrome.
Apa tu Ascot syndrome sebenarnya?
They're very rare genetic disorder. So basically the carrier is the woman, is the mother. So it's probably passed down from my grandma to my mom, then to me. So I am the carrier. So but because tak ada such genetic test available, but then again for us is like you test also, this is already a gift to us dari Allah lah. So we just accept it and just do what we can to help him.
Jadi disebabkan disorder itu apa mungkin isu yang anak anda ni mengalami?
Oh, okay. So basically Ascot syndrome is a wide range of disabilities. So mainly for him is gross motor skills. Yeah, so it started off macam tak boleh crawl, tak boleh duduk, tak boleh jalan, you know. Yeah, but then again, if you ada another Ascot boy that you see, maybe dia punya symptom is different. So it's it's really depends. Yeah.
Untuk Cik Julia, just now you mention your son Izha tu ada disorder juga kan? Mungkin boleh kongsi sikit tentang apa yang beliau mengalami.
So yang penyakit Izha is actually called right isomerism, which is under umbrella called heterocracy. Dia ada right and left. So for Izha, when the word heterocracy maknanya actually is a mirror image.
Okay.
Yeah, so meaning dalam badan dia things will be on the opposite sides. So for him, the right isomerism, they have a lot of heart related issues. Macam jantung lubang is not just one but maybe two, ASD, VSD, Then we have the mitral valves that don't flick properly, and then arteries and the lines, and then so it's right isomerism kerana the right side of the heart is actually not working as well. Dia macam kecil daripada the left side lah. So that is the heart situation. Whereas internally, dia punya dalam dia tu, he has malrotation of the intestines. Meaning dia punya intestine is usually in one part of the body, right? So dia actually macam terkumpul lah ke tepi. It's a different space. So dia punya liver is midline liver dia kat tengah, perut dia dah macam ternaik sikit. So it's basically moved in a different space. And he's also asplenic, meaning he doesn't have a spleen. So for asplenic children, the spleen is untuk kita punya immune system. So because he doesn't have that, so he was actually on penicillin for a very long time lah. Tu untuk kasih dia punya immune system dia macam kasih kuat gitulah. Yeah. Okay. So Isha was actually born anak biasa. Actually, he was a 36-weeker and all, very nice big size baby and all. Tapi the issue was when they did the fetal scan, jantung dia not very healthy lah. And then along the way, he was hospitalized at birth, and then they had to do open heart surgeries for him at that point of time. So he had his first open heart surgery at 1 month, and I think about 2-3 months later there was another surgery. Usually these children grow up as a regular neurotypical child. Macam yang sakit macam medical aja lah. Tapi kerana Isha at 6 months old, post one of the surgeries, he had an infection, so his heart stopped. His heart stopped for about 30 minutes. Yeah. When that happened, that then caused him to, I would call it his restarting point lah. Dia macam ground zero again. So he went back to becoming literally macam a baby doll. Yeah, so it affected his eyesight. After that, he had cortical visual impairment. Cognitively, also he wasn't strong anymore. Then he had cerebral palsy. So he was very high support lah. Yeah, so he stayed in the hospital for 1 year, 3 months before we actually dapat dia keluar from the hospital, before he was discharged. And then from then on, his daily life, we call the daily living skills, is all fully supported lah, from eating to mandi to walking around. So it's all the kena bantuan banyak dokong ke angkat ke gitulah.
But I remember when I interviewed you a few years back, he was actually quite independent, moving around on his own. Kan you
he was independent in that context because he was on the floor. Alhamdulillah, that was something we didn't expect actually. His motor skills are not very strong. His fine motor skills are also not very strong. But that was the one thing we realised that, wow, he can do combat style punya, he will ngesot on the floor. Macam sister ngesot kan, dia ngesot lah. So you go on the floor, and I think so he was actually very active in that sense lah. Yeah, so alhamdulillah for that. So that was his own one is mobility ways. Tapi we can't have that for him kalau dia kat luar. So kat luar kena on the special chair lah. Kita tolak dia and everything. Tapi kalau kat rumah dia memang free rein, all the way.
He did non-verbal and
non-verbal.
Also couldn't see also, right?
Yeah, he's okay. So cortical visual impairment, it's not that they can't see, but there's a certain restriction macam mana yang dia boleh nampak. So kadang-kadang
macam angle dia.
Yeah, so kadang-kadang it's like the peripheral dekat tepi. Sometimes that depends on. So initially kita ingat tak nampak pasal for babies and children di hospital nanti diorang track mata kan, dia boleh track ke tak. So he doesn't track. Mata dia tak akan ikut. I think a few years later we will letak iPad kasih dia tengok lah, macam just tu macam bayang-bayang. So we thought it's bayang-bayang lah. Then there was one point he put his head down, dia macam tengok sideways. So we realised so maybe that's how he can see.
Dia punya angle nak nampak lah.
Yes. Actually dulu masa kita found out about it, there was not a lot of informasi lah, macam apa ni benda kan. Yeah, but now I realise as the years go by, recently there is a lot more macam information. I know parents are actually talking about it and finding out more. Yeah, so a lot of macam stimulation lah for this particular eye condition lah.
Tak sangka bila saya nak adakan podcast ni, saya tak sangka Duha sebenarnya pernah buat interview sebelum ni.
Saya.
Berapa tahun lalu?
2020. Saya masih ingat lagi pasal memang jarang lah saya nampak anak seperti anak Puan Julia kan. And I remember she was very strong. She was just stating it as it is lah, macam redha and very tabah also at the same time. Yeah.
Because it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah. Tapi how rare is it the condition macam in Singapore?
Okay, the interesting thing is so we were from KK Hospital. So back then masa kita found out about it, when we asked if there were ada budak-budak lain ke apa, we were told that it's either a PDPA thing or there really wasn't any, because in our whole stay there, yang masa kita kat situ tu, I think I only dapat tahu this one other child. because we were in the hospital 1 tahun kan. Yeah, so I think there was this one other child, tetapi he's a left ISO kid. So tu baby pun masa dia went into the step down unit is also still very young lah, post surgery. But then the parents moved to another hospital. Yeah, so to NUH side. So from then on, I tak dapat tahu there's any more similar children. I think only recently, in the past last year or so, there's another heterocracy child, if I'm not mistaken. So that one we managed to get to know the mother lah. Yeah, so I'm in contact with the mum actually at this point of time.
Madam Haznita, your anak punya condition is how rare is it?
I don't know anyone who has it in Singapore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's very, very rare. Like the last I knew, he was born in 2002 kan. So whatever you Google now, Ascot syndrome, whatever you read on the internet, it is based on these two brothers who both has Ascot. So I called their mother in US.
Are they the only other two?
No, apparently they say in the whole wide world, maybe 50 ke 500.
Really?
Yeah, it's very rare. Yeah, so I don't know anyone yang in Singapore yang ada. Like Julia said, I mean, whatever story she said, it kind of rekindled back.
Agak sama lah.
Yeah, you know, so same thing, we asked the doctor, then they cakap, oh, maybe there's this girl. Usually it's the boys. The girls will be carrier, non-carrier.
Okay.
Yeah, the boys will have the symptom and it's 50%. So if I have another boy, then it's 50% that the boy will have Ascot syndrome also because it's genetic. Yeah, so the doctor cakap, yeah, there's one girl. But again, same lah, PDPA. During that time, 2002, 2004, right? It was Yahoo Group.
Yahoo Group. Belum Google lagi.
No, Google, no. So at that time, we have some macam special needs punya group lah. Yeah, so I only found one lady in Malaysia. Yeah, but then I think maybe because some parents are not very comfortable. Yeah, so after that we didn't keep in touch. Only recently, when we have Instagram, when we have Facebook, then there was this lady who had this Ascot syndrome group. Then we knew, but most of them are in Europe, in US, in Canada. The nearest to us, satu in Hong Kong. But that boy
Nearest in Hong Kong?
Yeah. And he is probably, I think, maybe about primary 1. Yeah, he's just 6 or 7. Yeah, but he's so adorable.
Dahsyat betul nak cari bantuan ataupun dapat tahu tentang orang yang mengalami sesuatu yang sama tu di Hong Kong. Macam mana tu?
Jauh kan?
Macam kita buat tu pun macam same thing lah. She's 2002 Yahoo Group, right? So Isa was 2009. So when I dapat,
group apa pula?
sama juga. That time was really Yahoo. Yeah, it was really Yahoo Groups. But then it's really Yahoo Groups. And she managed to find Malaysian. I don't think at that point my son's condition ada kat any Asia at that point. Yeah, so majority yang kita nampak US. So very heavily on a US base. So US was very strong with that. It's just that kita tak ada on this space lah. And I think like Haznita dapat the escort group recently set up, right? So for our end, I think I just dah lah dah tak ada, then so be it lah.
Okay, so kalau gitu to start, I mean to have a child with such a rare disease with no support tau. So macam mana? What were the support that you needed? Who came forward to support you?
It's just basically me and my husband.
Macam mana you dapat cari mungkin sumber-sumber ataupun resources
Very, very limited, I would say. But then again, Alhamdulillah, even with that limited information that we can get, kita tap on other groups. Then there was another group which is called alternative medicine.
Okay.
So these are not mainstream, not from hospitals, right? So tak approve lah. So this is by mother's gut feel to do alternative therapy. So they had this group of mothers who has done that program. They've done that program. So they say, let us see your son and see whether which program is suitable, because they have brought in another alternative therapy to Singapore.
Okay.
But they need a certain number to also bring the therapies down. So they came to see my son. Then they said, I think this ABR is better for him because his is more gross motor. He had other issues, but kita one thing at a time. Kita tak boleh try to solve everything. Yeah. So gross motor first. So we did this advanced biomechanical rehabilitation. So the founder is a Russian, but he's based in Belgium.
So your support came from many places, many countries.
Yeah, at that time, it was more local mothers who had resources to go overseas. So I'm blessed that I didn't have to spend that money to go overseas.
Okay.
They had done.
So
been there,
jumpa
done that.
macam ibu-ibu yang pernah pergi
Yes.
dan
So it's the same lah, like
pelajari
what we do, like the
Okay.
support from other parents. Very, very small group. Yeah.
Okay.
Was it lonely tak? Rasa macam susah.
Kesorangan,
Yeah,
Nah.
because our kids don't come with manuals.
Yeah.
Especially with such a rare condition. I mean, even, yelah, you macam you have friend, you nak tanya, tak sama. They will probably be thinking, which enrichment program ke, which Gymboree program ke nak join, you know. Tak sama lah, it's very different. So the support really is just your spouse.
Wah, pastinya membesarkan seorang anak tu merupakan tanggungjawab yang besar dan saya rasa bila dia ada keluarga yang mempunyai anak berkeperluan khas dia lagi up lagi lah dia punya cabaran kan. Jadi nampaknya sokongan yang anda menerima daripada orang ramai is dalam masyarakat lah, not necessarily from the medical community kan. Jadi mungkin you guys boleh kongsi lah tentang apa gotong royong yang anda sekarang ingin menyumbang kepada lah. Mungkin boleh kongsi sikit tentang usaha yang anda lakukan.
So for myself, Alhamdulillah, I think we were very blessed. Pasal my first line of support actually came in from the ICU side.
Oh.
Yeah, dalam ICU itself. Because Isha was there for macam berapa bulan berbulan-bulan lah kan. Kita kasih tu 1 tahun lebih. Then of course we jumpa parents of different situations and stuff. And in the hospital, like his is majority heart related punya situasi. Yeah, so all the kids who are in that room are all heart related children lah. So kira kat situ siapa duduk lama kita dengan members lah. So kadang-kadang ada yang isolated punya, some isolation rooms also, then they've been there for a while. Alhamdulillah, I think in that sense we tapped on each other pasal everyone in that space kind of felt each other. Kita dapat ada perasaan tu lah, you know. Then of course when an ICU is a space whereby anything can happen. So I've deaths, I've seen parents' emotions go up and down, I've seen different issues lah. So Alhamdulillah, macam those who come in, we can connect, then we connect, and that's really where my first form of support came from. Yeah, and I think also for Isha, he was in a special school. So for me at that point of time, that's where we also started to macam berkenalan dengan parents lain, you know, and the school that he is in is quite interesting because we have like daripada baby, because Epic is from 6 months to 6 years old. That's Epic. Then you have school. School is from 7 to 18. Then 18 it will be where the adults are. So his school encompasses all this at Cerebral Palsy Alliance. So Isha was there since he was 2 sampai he passed on at 13. So I was there for about 11 years, you know. And in that space, met a lot of parents. And I still remember the first time masuk Isha macam baby kan. Lepas tu kita kat atas, the top floor. Lepas tu nak turun bawah macam lagi kantin kan. Then nampak yang tutup semua. I was like, Masya Allah, like, wah, what am I to complain? You know, because these adults are there like 18 and above, 30 lebih tahun, and then like we are still just starting our journey. So it was a very interesting perspective lah. Then at the same time getting support from the older parents there, you know, because like I said, they are school parents, right? Then kadang-kadang dia datang, dia kongsi, you are gini macam pasar kira kan. Pasal we had to stay there for about 2 jam to wait for our kids, and then school is 4 hours, so these parents stay there for 4 hours. Then all looking for someone to talk to lah. Sometimes we don't even ask lah, you just sit there and jadi makcik pasar lah. Because why I always say that, because we are always in a space whereby we are constantly tengah jaga anak. So our headspace selalu jaga anak. So the moment we are together, aku tak nak fikir pasal anak.
Cakap dengan orang lain.
Yes, I want human interaction. Pasal kadang-kadang, like for myself, I think for Kak Haznita also, we were our children's main caregiver. Yeah, so like for 10-13 years, you know, before my youngest came in. And then selalu dengan rumah dengan budak tu je kan. Yeah, so it's always with him seorang. Then like kalau he's verbal, okay lah. Kadang budak ni tak verbal, then I see you, you see me. Let me guess what you want to say. That kind of thing. So when we go to schools and we see other parents, I think that is really the yearning for macam kita nak communication. Because human is based on communication, right? Yeah. The starting of a volunteering, I think, would be in that small space whereby new parents come in, we talk to them, we try to let them know that what's fine, what's okay, or maybe just how the school system is. So that was how on my end, I think I kind of started lah.
Jadi macam cycle lah.
Yes,
Dulu
yes,
you
yes.
cakap dengan orang cakap dengan you.
Yes.
Sekarang you cakap dengan orang lain.
Yes.
This invisible connection, I think, among the special needs parents lah. Which, I mean, we've been there, done that kan. We dah go through. So
You
we
get
try
each
to,
other lah,
Yeah.
you just get lah. Then once you meet, you're like, I think recently we met one lady in RDSSO. Suddenly we just took it off lah.
Yeah.
Just click lah.
And it's interesting pasal kadang-kadang we also, I mean, in the whole journey, I also realised that even though a parent may be in the journey for a very long time, but sometimes due to circumstances diorang, situasi diorang, they don't have the opportunity to step out and talk to someone. Yeah, so it gets very lonely for them. And that's where I feel that sometimes when we go out and do these things, it's really to hopefully be able to reach out to these parents, you know, and tell them that, no, you're really not alone. We are all here. Our diagnosis is all different. It may be very different. Like Haznita was a one in a whole world, you know, 50. And like Ishaz may be like somewhere out there lah kan. But I always believe that kita punya perjalanan is very similar. Yeah, so we really look for the similarity of things. So what I can support you in that sense, we find support in different spaces. That's why like Haznita cakap, what we can have help with and everything. But yang penting is to let them know that what they are feeling is valid. Pasal kadang-kadang berbual nanti sendiri boleh sort tau. Macam apa, terfikir. You know, the mental health.
Macam mana?
Mental health.
Yeah,
mental health is a very huge
Really,
thing
can you
for
give an
family.
example macam how it affects your mental health?
Well, if you're in a house 24/7
alone with a non-verbal child, you can cry anytime. You mandi, you nangis lagi.
then you fikiran and then you're like and sometimes like if I think for both of us we were working adults prior. Yeah, so when we kerja we jumpa orang, you do your things, and then the moment you're contained, it's like a stay-at-home mom lah. You know, something similar it's very similar in that sense. Kecuali kita punya children is another different level of things that we need to manage. Yeah, and especially kalau kecil-kecil, diorang medical support they require, they are more vulnerable, then a lot of therapies and all that stuff. So kita punya life at that point kira is all revolving around diorang aje lah. So we do want to think about yourself at that point of time. Kita survival mode all the way tau. Macam like survive. Then kalau you more than one child, I got an elder younger one, you got if the child is in between child, you got one older child, one younger child, you are really thinking of not you, myself, is anak aku ni, lepas aku got special, I got yang ni. Kalau ada kecil gini-gini, nanti ada baby kat situ macam mana. Yeah, so a lot of the parents are mental health in that sense lah. You can just imagine, you know, yang ni stay at home, kalau yang kena kerja, kalau kerja balik, another different set of, you know, mental situations, challenges yang diorang ada.
Okay, maaf saya ada soalan yang agak sensitif sikit kalau tak keberatan untuk menjawab. Masa tahun-tahun awal sejak menerima mengenai penyakit yang dialami anak-anaknya, ada tak you dengan suami macam salahkan diri sendiri ataupun orang di sekeliling salahkan you and your suami? Ada tak?
For me ada lah. Because for me it's genetically it's me as the carrier. Yeah, so of course it's like it's from me mah. You know. Yeah, so initially of course there is, but thankfully kita ada faith kan. So yeah, so after that once overcome that, maybe say about a few months, then you just snap out of it. You know, it's like nak fikir-fikir also for what, you know, like what she say lah, it is what it is lah. So we just see what's in front of us, and then what we can help him. Family members might not understand what we are going through also. That was the initial challenge lah. Yeah.
For myself, Isha punya diagnosis tu actually we dapat tahu in utero. So 5 months fetal scan ada tahu he has an issue. Yeah, pasal is the heart punya jantung punya masalah. So very obvious lah because of the blood flow and semua kan. I remember when I found out about it, kita keluar daripada the scan, then when it has problem they be like, they check a few times, mommy, your gynae will speak to you, so make sure you settle we will settle the appointment and everything lah. Dah salah korang tak boleh cakap apa-apa kan. So you obviously already have a feeling something is wrong lah. So I remember my husband was like, what happened? Happy, excited kan, first son. Because my first son kan. When I told him, no, I think something's going on. And then he was like, lepas tu dia blank. So the emotions at that point, I think yang kita ada is, okay, what is happening? Yeah. Kalau I nak cakap blame, also I don't know what to blame for us. And then along the way, after he was born and everything, so I said early on, it was what it is. The only thing I told my husband at that point of time, I didn't even know what the diagnosis was yet. But I just told my husband this, Alhamdulillah kita kat Singapore, I'm a Singaporean citizen. Number 2, Alhamdulillah, Singapore is a central medical hub. You know, if anything also, everyone comes here. And if anything happened, this boy is still here. Yeah, so we will see what goes after. Yeah, so I think, Alhamdulillah, in the sense whereby Isha's condition is not genetic for us. I mean, we didn't do any genetic testing lah. Tapi none of my other children have it and everything. Was more than akasi kan in that sense. Like, so I'm thankful for that. Yeah, so we really just, we went along lah. Then family-wise, from my end, I'm very, very, very blessed. Alhamdulillah, my both sides of the family were very supportive, husband-wise and everything. It was easier for me in that sense.
I mean, you guys ada kongsi cabaran-cabarannya yang you guys mengalami sebagai seorang ibu yang menjaga anak-anak yang berkeperluan khas ni. Dan sekarang anda sendiri memberi kembali kepada masyarakat sebagai volunteer lah. And I know untuk Julia, you have your own ground up initiative.
With a friend.
Menyertai pelbagai organisasi, contohnya RDSS dan sebagainya. Dan untuk Cik Haznita juga join RDSS juga kan. Mungkin boleh kongsi lah apa yang anda lakukan melalui this initiatives yang you ada.
Currently, I am in 3 spaces. Yeah.
Banyak tu. Banyak 3.
So yang pertama is actually my very first one. And this is very close to my heart pasal it's a project gift. Yeah. So that is because the friend who yang founded this dia dengan suami dia, when they were my ICU friend. So her daughter and my son were ICU mates. We got to know each other kat dalam ICU lah. So it's very interesting lah. So when she started it, it was just her way of dia nak kasih balik to the community pasal how her daughter has been. The story for Project Gift was that there used to be an organisation that used to do parties for complex care children. So complex care means budak-budak ni banyak situasi lah, macam kena pakai trachea on the throat, they got to go back with equipment, they have a feeding tube, so complex children. So she did all the parties at the CC and all the layout and everything. So we worked together. So we worked together for since then, and from then it's been 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 13 years. Minus COVID 2 years, which we didn't have any parties. So during COVID 2 tahun tu, kita gave out care packs about 100 families for each year. So we were doing back-end setup, logistics, and then we were doing with the volunteers as well as the families. And every party, alhamdulillah, we actually reached out to about 35, 40, 45 families. Yeah. And in the process pun, one of our long-term volunteers from her first party actually came on board and asked, hey, you need help? Say, like, come.
Like, come.
So it's three of us for this particular space. So we are the co-leads for Project Give, and alhamdulillah, we not only is the yearly party that we look forward to doing, and to me it's very comforting because Isha was also always there, and then alhamdulillah it is until now lah. Yeah, so that was very close to my heart. Apart from our parties, then other initiatives yang kita buat juga is we actually do monthly birthday cheers for our kids. Yeah, so actually celebrate their birthday, and then we have partners who are partnering with us, and then also we do year-end home visits. So every year we actually visit 10 families every single year. Yeah, so that's our initiative club. So then another one is Reject the Ramadan.
Tu baru satu tadi.
Baru satu.
Ada 3
ada 3.
So Reject the Ramadan, the one who founded it is also my friend, and I also get to know her through ICU. So our kids are also ICU mates, same age. Yeah, so alhamdulillah for that. She started it on her own basis actually. Then I was like, hey, interesting, but it's very she does rice distribution or this. I was like, okay, ma, I also macam tak ada kerja nak buat. I said, okay, I join you lah. So now we do our yearly Ramadan punya distribution. Then we also do Children's Day punya diaper susu distribution. So alhamdulillah for that lah. So alhamdulillah we have people supporting us. So these two are ground ups whereby kita tak full force buat fundraising, tapi every single year alhamdulillah when we want to do our alhamdulillah the rezeki comes in, we are able to do what we need to do. So I'm very thankful for that lah. And then after Isha left, after a certain space and everything, then that's when I joined RDSS. Yeah, so
you took a break ke?
It was
daripada jadi sukarelawan.
It wasn't okay. The break was because I think I was grieving at that point of time.
Tapi melalui proses grief tu apa grief in Malay melalui proses selepas kematian anak tu, that is another topic on its own lah. Tapi maybe you can share with us sikit je lah mungkin apa yang you lalui masa 6 bulan tu.
Emptiness lah. Yeah, even though I had like 2 kids, it was quite empty. Pasal Isha was a routine on its own. Pergi sekolah, mandi, ni and that. And although I had my helper at that point of time jaga Isha, pasal when he was 10, I was pregnant with my number 3. Yeah, so I was kira jaga si kecil, tapi bibi tolong jaga the elder one. But still all his school routine semua I yang settle still. It's still me going with him, apa yang patut dibuat semua. So when I think first and foremost was the emptiness pasal routine dah tak ada in that context. So macam lost lah sikit lah. But at the same time it's like of course budak ni dah tak ada, you know, and then trying to figure out what's next. In my own space, alhamdulillah it was I still have 2 children. Yeah, so I also try to do what you need to do, survive, just on a survival mode basis. Tapi at the same time, it's empty lah. Pasal we don't know what to do next, that kind of thing. Yeah, so I think nangis to nangis, missing is missing, and then now it's 2 years already. Kadang-kadang pun nak fikiran like, oh, if I don't think of him so much, am I guilty of that?
Okay.
Yeah. So I think the grief process, I had this friend who said, people say time will heal all pain. Bluff one lah. Because it will not. Yeah, because it was going to be continuously there. We're still going to think of them and all. And I think it's for all spaces lah. Anak meninggal ke, anak tak ada ke, our parents tak ada. It's the same thing. Yeah, so, but for myself, I think, alhamdulillah, when it happened is for me, when I go into doing all these different spaces, RDSS, looking at all the kids, it's my personal take on me, my legacy for Isha lah. Isha was here for a reason why I'm here. And he was the reason why we got connected. He's the reason why I got to know this community. So I feel that for myself, this is something that I need to do back lah. Yeah.
Untuk Cik Haznita pula, is it something which is similar?
I think for me, because since young, I'm very close. I mean, there's 3 of us. I'm very close to my brother. So when he's about 30, he lost total vision. So he's totally blind. So whenever he goes to the blind school, so macam unofficial punya volunteer. So I will follow him. So in the blind community, those who are in his 1969 punya age range, anywhere I go in Singapore, if I see a blind person, I just need to mention that I'm Zamri's sister, they will know me.
Oh,
Yeah.
popular.
So, because my brother is popular, not me popular. My brother is popular. So in that sense, macam unofficial daripada kecil memang ada start to help out. You know, so I don't know. To me, I take it that God's way of preparing me for my son. Yeah. So when my son was in primary school, then I did ad hoc lah. Then after that, I did some part-time job. Yeah, because like honestly, for the special needs community, kita orang semua ada schedule. And we are very OCD in that sense. Like macam every day, the moment we wake up, we have things to do. So I can feel her loss if like, you know, she suddenly macam, aku nak buat apa so even like now, like my son, I mean, he goes to special school for primary school, then secondary, mainstream, and then he went to ITE. Alhamdulillah, graduate. You know, so even till now that he's gone to work, ada schedule. Yeah. So for me, my brother still with us. So sometimes when I go out, I pun macam train my son. You know, so my son also know when we have RDSS punya organisation, sometimes we have some party or events then I will say, dia tak ada sibling no, but they have this sibling punya group. Then dia tak boleh participate lah, so dia tak ada sibling. So I said, you want to take him or not? So I said, you just go and then you help. So I think sometimes what we do, like what Julia's doing now, I mean, is wonderful because your children see what you do.
Jadi dari penglibatan anda sebagai sukarelawan ni kan, macam mana pengalaman anda ni sendiri mungkin mempengaruhi bagaimana anda memberi kembali kepada masyarakat?
Just for an example, recently I jumpa this mother of a girl who has cochlear implant on both ears. So my son has just did his cochlear implant. So from there, she said that this is the first time she joined a Deaf Association punya event. Yeah, so a lot of things very new to her. How often they have the event and what else should she do for her daughter because she's in the mainstream. I shared with her some organizations that her daughter can join because I'm very blessed that time my son's pediatrician, dia cakap if you have a special needs child, sometimes you also have to look into other areas. Maybe they are the other strength. So she said, maybe you can look into sports or music. Yeah. So looking at my son's structural issues, I said, tak sports lah. Yeah. So we look into music. So he had learned drumming since he's 10 years old. Yeah. So I encouraged her to sign up her daughter. There's this Arts for Disability, ARDIS. And then there's also RDA, Riding for the Disabled. But because we all from mainstream, sometimes susah nak masuk because kita tak ada spec school punya backup kan. Yeah. So I told her there's also some other organizations for inclusive music and all that. Yeah.
Jadi anda berikan macam sumber ataupun the different resources lah yang mereka boleh
which we feel that maybe it can help them because we have gone through quite a lot. So kita macam dah help diorang to filter lah.
dah pernah mengalami lah dulu.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at least we help to shorten the process. Yeah.
Okay. Untuk Cik Julia pula?
Like I think when we started it was not really personal impact sesiapa ke apa, but really I guess more of the word support. Macam mana kita boleh support mereka. You know, like example if I do my parties, when we started it, let the families be able to ada space, a safe space to keluar. Macam orang tak pandang diorang, kenapa budak ni macam ini, macam itu. When we do our events, even for RDSS also, we try our best macam apa kita boleh accommodate to them. It's also to give them that safe space. This is a space where you all boleh have your party, have fun. Semua orang tahu or are aware of this, tapi tak akan pandang 2-3 kali. Pasal we know you're here for a reason. Like I say lah, even though we have new parents, we also have some parents yang dah pernah have a long journey kan, tetapi maybe tak jumpa orang lain. Yeah. So it's a form of psychosocial support. One thing also we want families to do lah, to hopefully have that feeling, that perasaan that diorang tak diabaikan, diorang tak ditepikan. Di persendirian, that kita tak nak diorang isolated sangat juga. Yes, it's not an easy journey. It's not uncommon to note that macam these families, parents may have depression ke apa ke. I mean, recently in the news certain things came out also, right? To let them know also, like maybe when we talk about certain things, that what they are feeling is actually valid. We're only human. Yeah, if we want to start blaming, yes, I think to a certain extent. Tapi after that, then we also have to always look back that apa yang dah dibagikan to us, especially as a Muslim, right, is a gift in different ways. It's just that hikmahnya kita belum nampak lagi, kita belum tahu lagi. So I won't say impact because it's a very heavy word for me, but more I would think really just as hopefully be a support to them in any point of their life. That hopefully that helps at that moment, because I cannot help you all the way. Yeah. So for RDSS, I'm there with the programs and everything. So coming out with programs and services, and then when we see the families come down and we know like some families always turn up, you know, so I feel very happy lah, in a sense whereby at least what we are doing, they hopefully they enjoy it. Yeah. And then I give them some certain form of respite in a certain sense, and then the kids they have a space that they are comfortable with. I think that is first and foremost lah.
Sebelum saya mengakhiri podcast ini, mungkin kata-kata terakhir lah kepada mereka yang mungkin sama dengan situasi anda ni, apa antara mungkin sumber atau mana mereka boleh pergi untuk dapatkan bantuan, ataupun if they want to help orang lain, what can they do?
Community specific. Well, RDSS is a charity organization. Yeah. So if you would like to support our families, you know, you can always join us for that. So we have like Project Gift and Reject Ramadan. So these are all our grown ups that definitely we survive.
Perlukan volunteer.
Come, yeah. By all means, I'm more than happy. Volunteers, funders, and all, you know, to help us to be able to sustain what we are doing and all that. If you guys would want to do more, just let us know. Also, I mean, there are other spaces out there also, like a lot of spaces of our communities, all looking for volunteers and stuff. I think khas has different spaces that she's in also.
Yeah. To me, it's more exposure. It's the exposure. The more you are around communities like us, our children, the more comfortable you will be. Yeah. If not, they're macam separate entity. So as much as we try for inclusivity, we have to put it to action, not just on paper. Yeah.
Kata-kata semangat untuk ibu bapa yang ada anak, bukan saja anak berkeperluan khas, tapi yang ada rare disease ni.
You're not alone. Yeah, but at the same time also, you have to be prepared and be ready to want to receive the help also. Yeah, there may be help there, but at the same time, how are you comfortable with it also for us to reach out also? Yeah, because sometimes, although rare is rare, yeah, but there's also a lot out there, different types of rare. Macam 1 in 50 but then maybe another family has 3 different types of different, same diagnosis but different out there, you know. So but even if you don't have a diagnosis, doesn't mean that you're also alone. There will always definitely insyaAllah be someone, ada orang kat situ yang pernah mengalami at least something similar and tap on that similarity. Just remember that you're not alone lah. You just have to find the spaces to reach out also lah. Yeah, insyaAllah.
And if they need to look for either of you, they can go to RDSS lah.
Sure. My pediatrician used to refer me families.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think for me, what I would say, from the point of dapat diagnosis tu kan, definitely you will go through macam denial, tak boleh accept, you blame yourself. Definitely. It's okay. Just go through it. You know, how long you're going to take it, tak ada timeline. You know how long you need. It's the same with grief, right? Grieving process. You just have to go through it. Everybody different, but not too long. Because to work on your child, the first 6 years is your window of opportunity. So you nak nangis, nak grieve, everything, go ahead. But not too long, because we need to work on the child and we have a timeline, first 6 years. After that, just snap out of it. Like Julia said, they have to be open. They have to be open to share their concerns. For me, a lot of times, even not for special needs children, even for neurotypical, because I work in schools, there are some children with learning challenges, learning issues, not special needs, you know. But parents have to be more attentive of their child's needs, because the growing years is very, very important. So don't be in that denial. So even if your child is in mainstream, maybe school tell you that maybe this child is better off in a special needs school. Then parents cannot accept, because you're not doing them any good by putting them in a place which you think looks acceptable, looks normal to people, you know. But the punya focus mesti nak be on the child. What does the child need?
At that point of time.
Yeah. Not your face value.
Water face.
Yes, water face.
Water face, air muka.
Air muka. Direct translation, right? Yeah. So to me, focus on what the child needs. Yeah. And then just work towards it. Help the child.
I think just to add on a bit more is the potential of the child. Because kadang-kadang when, sadly, if let's say the denial is there, then you don't put the child in a space whereby they can flourish. Macam kesian pasal potential dia orang ada kat situ. But macam in that space whereby maybe this is not working for them, tapi kalau maybe the special school has other programs that can help them, they can flourish.
Jadi banyak kita pelajari
banyak lagi saya nak tanya, tapi tak apa dah dapat ni.
Sebagai sukarelawan ni bukan mudah. I think mereka ni melalui perjalanan mereka sendiri, dan apa yang mereka telah menerima sebelum ni, sekarang mereka berusaha untuk memberi kembali dan membantu mereka yang memerlukan lah. Dan saya ucapkan selamat maju jaya kepada usaha-usaha anda sebagai sukarelawan ni. I think ramai lagi yang perlu bantuan anda, dan sekiranya ada yang nak volunteer, silakan lah. Jadi terima kasih banyak-banyak kepada Cik Julia dan juga Cik Haznita kerana bersama kami hari ini di studio, dan juga kepada Duha.
Terima kasih.
Pertama kali jangan serik
Yes, insyaAllah tak jumpa lagi kan.
Okay, dengan itu kita jumpa lagi dalam podcast seterusnya.